Link engaged.
Visit us at TeamSpeak.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the TL Open Finals right here. This is going to be good. There's no real doubt about that. And I bring you NERCHIO. He is in the blue trunks, and he is playing Zerg to the northeast of the ZeNEXYong Caverns versus his opponent. Team ZeNEX, the only Korean left, and looking possibly to take another TL Open for the Koreans. It's the one and only Yong. He's in the red trunks, and he is playing Protoss to the southwest.
Yeah, this should be very interesting. A lot of Zergs don't like this map for ZVP. I personally do, and I really want to see how NERCHIO plays this. He's known for being one of the smartest and one of the best Zergs outside of Korea right now. So I'm very, very curious to see what he does here.
Oh yeah, this is going to be good one way or the other. I think NERCHIO's probably relishing a chance to go up against somebody like this, because, you know, he's got a real shot. I think of all of the people in this tournament, aside from perhaps Idra, he was the one who really has a shot of taking it away from the Korean, and we'll find out one way or the other. NERCHIO's timings are, of course, perfect. He's got some great builds up his sleeve. Favors a transition through Infestors to Broodlords. He has been known to go for this kind of weird build where he goes heavy roach, but he goes melee upgrade as opposed to range upgrade, and then transitions into Broodlords. And of course, he'll be picking up the air upgrade as well in that. We'll see what he decides to do here. He varies things up so much; it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like as a result of Young denying his expansion, he's just gonna go for a 14 pool and 14 gas. Pretty standard. Now, the thing with this opener, as a Protoss, especially on a map like Selnaga, is just you're delaying the Zerg's expansion, but at the same time you're potentially delaying your own, because you don't know, once the Queen pops out, it's really hard to scout the Zerg once they have speed, which is basically what you're making them do by denying their expansion. So, not knowing whether they have speed or not, it's a little bit harder to expand, because you could move out one sentry and one salad, and then or even three of them, and they could just get crushed by a bunch of flings. So he has to be a little bit more careful as a result. And NERCHIO, very interesting, still in the gas.
Oh yeah, trying to drive his opponent down a particular tech path and things like that. And NERCHIO's known for another thing as well, and that's his Zergling run-bys. Like, he somehow finds holes in every defense. I don't even know how he does it half the time. He just finds a way in. We just saw it against Idra, and we see it against any Protoss that doesn't have perfect force fields as well. So Young better be on the ball for this.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see NERCHIO taking an expansion. This is a little bit of a no choice, just because he did steal the gas, but at the same time, you know, stealing the gas is almost like baiting a 4-gate at some points. This is incredibly interesting by Young as well, getting a Stalker first, so this is even more indicative of a 4-gate. You know, you don't want to get a Stalker first if you're going for expansion, especially if you're baiting at a 14 gas, 14 pool, because then link speed is going to be done, and then this Stalker is just going to be sitting in your base.
Redded.
So now he is getting a sentry, but I'm not sure if he didn't have the gas before. Was that it? Because otherwise, there's no reason why he should have gotten the Stalker first.
No, he had the gas, as far as I can tell. And so it is kind of a weird choice, as you said there, by Young. NERCHIO gets a nice little run by right there, once again showing you can get into any tiny little hole he wants to. And I'm saying nothing. That was entirely innocent. You can make of it what you will. It's a second sentry coming out right here for Young with these 3 gateways and these double pylons down the bottom right there. He really doesn't want that sniped off, and perhaps looking for an expansion. He's almost certainly looking for an expansion, looking at his current mineral count.
Yeah, he hasn't really been chrono boosting the Cyber up until now, and now he started getting sentries. So we're most likely going to see a 3-gate expanding. He might just be underestimating NERCHIO a little bit. That's
a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a really bad idea. But like, his gas was so late. He didn't put that cellar on the gas right away. He might have gotten the Stalker to kill the gas faster. But I feel like getting a sentry first when you're going fast expand is always the better choice. Especially when you know the... Oh, and that's a lot of Zerglings.
Yeah, that is... Hey, NERCHIO suddenly has Zerglings. The force fields are not perfect, He's looking for it right now, trying to do as much damage as he can. That's another sentry nailed down. NerchYo's going to go for the run-by right here. He'll make his way into the mineral line. He doesn't really have a lot of Zerglings to do it with, but he's going to nibble away at the gas line by the looks of it right there, forcing all of the probes to be pulled off for quite a significant amount of mining time. So,
yeah,
not a bad
absolutely.
little engagement there.
That's the little things that make you be able to tell apart like a really good player from an extremely good player as NerchYo is. Like just running those 2 links was so essential to his play, because with the rest of the links he was forcing the units of ZeNEXYong to just stay down his ramp and have the probes deal with those links, or lose a couple probes. So that was really nice, and that round that was gutsy. Like as you were saying, like ZeNEXYong needed perfect force fields, and this is why you would get the sentry first, because you want that extra energy to just be sitting there as soon as you can get it.
Yeah, and if we have a little bit of an analysis of what exactly ended up happening there, a couple of sentries were picked off, but the resources lost. It's 400 to 300 in favor of Young, but I think those 100 resources were made up for simply because NerchYo forced all of the probes off the mineral line for that long. So I think NerchYo did actually come slightly ahead there, and he's got great scouting information as well. And Young actually has no idea what's going on at this point. He has no way of telling.
Yeah, absolutely, and really important too. It's very different resources. Young lost 2 sentries. That's really valuable.
Yeah.
Whereas NerchYo was just using what you can call somewhat disposable units of circling. They're so cheap. So losing a few circling is definitely not as bad as losing a few sentries. Now this is really gutsy by Young. As you were saying, he has absolutely no information. Wow, look at that link run by NerchYo. It's gonna get shut down. But as you were just saying, TotalBiscuit, like he has no information. He's still going for this. So this is almost like a blind attack by Young, and NerchYo was counting on the fact that Young had no information to kind of say, okay, he can't move out because he doesn't know what I have. He doesn't know if I'm getting roaches or if I'm making more circlings. And on the back of that thought process, he was expanding. But now he's in a little bit of trouble just because I feel like Young was gambling here a little bit.
Yeah, and it was a good solid gamble by the looks of it, and that's a really impressive pylon right there by Young, and he's going for it before the spine crawlers comes up. Oh, brilliant force fields right there by
perfect
Young.
Force
Shots
this
that
one
down.
time.
Yep, he gets it, and NerchYo, however, has managed to get those 3 spine crawlers deployed, and roaching that much fun. Oh, that might not have been a good timing. Oh, no, that was a terrible timing right there by NerchYo.
Yeah, absolutely. He had less units. Just stop rooting those spine crawlers. I mean, he is gonna be able to take the pylon down. I don't know why Young just backed. Oh, it looks like he's just repositioning. But yeah, you don't want to reposition all of your spine crawlers at the same time. What he's doing right now is a lot wiser. But yeah, he just got caught with his pants down there. And oh my god, beautiful force fields. Nice fuse though before it goes down.
Nice little clutch transfuse right there. The spine crawlers are doing a good amount of damage. It looks like he should be able to hold this for the time being, but some really weird mind games going on between these two, particularly with the positioning and things like that. Those spine crawlers are now in a great position to defend from pretty much any angle. ZeNEXYong's aggressive pylon has been taken out. He's forced back to his backup for the time being. And I still like to point out that NerchYo moved all of his drones down to mine over here, and now is inexplicably pulling them all off again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that.
What on earth is he doing? I have no idea.
I thought that was incredibly smart to transfer all his drones. I don't think Young is even aware that this 3rd expansion is gone. And to be honest, if I were NerchYo, I would have canceled it. I think it was both gutsy and it could really pay off. Just having an expansion that the Protoss doesn't know about. So this is really interesting. I mean,
yeah, it's intriguing.
It's almost okay
for
this expansion.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to lose more units, though, that's for sure.
No, that would be too good. He did bait a bunch of force fields, didn't lose too many there. Redeploying those spine crawlers that are the linchpin of his defense at the moment. NerchYo continuing to work on roach speed. That'll help him out a little bit, but he's also got to be aware of that aggressive pylon. I think maybe he thinks that he's managed to cut ZeNEXYong off from reinforcements after taking down that 2nd pylon down there by the gold. However, that's not what's happened. NerchYo continuing to reinforce as quickly as possible. Economic advantage now firmly in favor of ZeNEXYong, I might add, who's been probing up continually behind this, and now, once again, several roaches picked off as Young taking no real casualties and picking up one of those spine crawlers as well. He's in a good position now. NerchYo's going to have to try really hard to hold this.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough for NerchYo. He keeps repositioning those spine crawlers seemingly at questionable times, if anything. It's worked a couple times, but another couple times it's just been the green light for Young to move in. So,
yep, Young takes the expansion for free right there. He doesn't have to worry too much about that. Army supply really heavily in favor of Young right now, and Nerchio is relying on this hidden third at the moment. But if he gets driven back into his main, I don't really know what he's got to stop this.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot in place. Yeah, that's gonna be GG.
GG, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, and that was really nice aggressive play there. Gutsy as well, that aggressive pylon basically in the natural of his opponent, and unfortunate there for Nerchio. But you were saying about that being completely a blind attack, and you're explaining the mind games going on around that, and as a Zerg player, you would not have expected that attack, would you?
No, I would have not expected the Protoss to move out. Nerchio showed a bunch of units, and seeing that it's Selnaga, it's a map where it is, or was at least, quite common to just go for a Ling Roach all-in. That attack could have been suicide in many other ways. And as you were saying, he had no information of what was going on. He lost 2 sentries. I mean, Nerchio had to be thinking he had a little bit more time before any sort of push came out. Now, Young, on the other hand, was making Zealots, which was pretty smart. He was just counting on Nerchio having a lot of Lings, and it sort of worked out. I mean, he caught Nerchio in the transition. Maybe a few more seconds, Nerchio would have started pumping out Roaches, and then would have been safe. But as it was, that was a really well-timed attack with a little bit of luck involved, perhaps.
Yep, gutsy, one way or the other, and he takes his first game in this best-of-5 series. Still all to play for, however, in the finals of the TL Openers brought to you by TeamSpeak 3. We're going to be right back with Game 2 in just a few short moments, folks. Don't go anywhere.